いやー、ゲーム作りってなんでこんなに大変なんでしょうね。
Hello YouTube, it's your host S.H.I.N.O and you are now watching MVP Magazine and this is the infamous Shin. Okay, so both Donkey Kong Bonanza and Mario Kart World are both out on the Nintendo Switch 2 and I guess the gaming world wants to know what's next. And typical Nintendo, they go ahead and throw us a curveball with Kirby Air Riders. So, Nintendo just wrapped up a 45-minute long conference featuring the game's director and Smash Bros. Senpai Masahiro Sakurai. Now, we know that Masahiro Sakurai has been a gaming veteran and his company sorta has been behind some of the coolest games in the industry. But, like, some of the glaze and fanning out and online worship from grown men, by the way, I've seen, it's just getting crazy, guys. Relax. Sakurai is married. It is not that deep, okay? Like, seriously, just listen to how this sounds. I missed watching Sakurai just explain basic game mechanics in the most lovable way. This man is a natural treasure.
What?
Anyway, now apart from the Sakurai circle jerk, Kirby Air Riders is actually looking very promising. Sakurai was able to relay a ton of information to the public, such as how and why the game was developed, when it's coming out, and what are its features. And when we've already had one super huge Nintendo racer like Mario Kart World launch, it's very good that Sakurai came in and explained the incentives behind Nintendo giving us another one. Now, at first glance, it's very understandable why some people might write this off as being just another Nintendo racer or a Mario Kart clone. But if you look closer, you will see that this game has more of a focus on action and combat. You can almost think of this as maybe Nintendo's version of Twisted Metal. And now that I mention it, I can't get that idea out of my brain. That would be so cool. A game that handles like Kirby Air Riders, but with Nintendo characters from all their franchises. Sakurai, get on that. Now, watching the presentation, you can definitely tell that this game takes a lot of inspiration from the new design choices that Sakurai and his team at Sora have made during the Smash Bros. Era. A lot of the design flares, a lot of the sound effects and the way the action looks very similar to some of the modes we've seen in Smash Bros. Recently. So all the new gamers which are familiar with that should be actually well catered for when they buy this. Now, during the conference, Sakurai mentioned that this game was created as a request by the higher-ups at Nintendo, which is really interesting to see that they would want to return to such a niche franchise that didn't sell too well on the GameCube. Maybe because of its multiplayer focus and they want more people subscribing to Nintendo Switch Online, playing with other people, using the camera, buying the camera. Anything is possible. But I will not lie, it's really cool to see such a niche game that we haven't seen in such a long time. So maybe, hopefully, we will get a Kid Icarus remaster and remake, because that's all I want. I don't even want a sequel at the moment. Just give us that game again. Now, one of the things which is really interesting about this game is that there's no accelerate or boost or drive button. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this game works and how people get to grips with the controls. I mean, that is one of the things that's going to make it feel really different from Mario Kart for the casual gamers or for everyone who's never played Kirby Air Ride before. The only button that you have regarding that thing is kind of a boost button. When you press it down, it allows you to kind of turn and store boost. So when you let go, you just go flying. and they added another button for special moves, and I guess it's going to have more focus on using the control stick for smaller actions like turning and stabling your board. So as far as the way it feels, it should feel really different from Mario Kart, which is going to help when it comes to actually selling the game. When it comes to, hey, what do I want to play? You want something that feels different. You want a new experience. So the fact that this is more action focused, the fact that this has got a different button setup, it actually feels different when you play it, that's definitely going to work well in its favor, because I'm not going to lie, most people are going to just look at this and look at Mario Kart and just decide out of one of the two rather than appreciating the nuances. So I don't know, maybe they could drop a demo for this. I know Nintendo hate doing demos of their big games, but maybe they can drop a demo for this and, you know, get people playing so they know that, hey, I mean, don't get me wrong, we do see some demos for some games, but those are usually the sports titles or smaller things. Like, this looks like it's going to be a big holiday title. So maybe if people get to play this, they'll be able to click with it. I mean, Drag X Drive, me personally, I liked what I played and whatnot. So, do you know what I'm saying? If this clicks with gamers, maybe they'll pick it up. Now, one of the main attractions of this game is the city trial mode, which is actually one of the returning modes from the last game, but just revamped with a modern twist. And it's hard to explain, but City Trial Mode is basically an open world action RPG with racing mini games. Yeah, that makes no sense, but that's what it is. So basically, you start off in an open world and you just try and create the best vehicle you can out of collecting power-ups and defeating enemies and different mini games and whatever else you find in the field. It's crazy, it doesn't make sense. And then at the end, you take place in an event and you just hope that the vehicle you made is the best for the job. It seems really cool. It seems like they fleshed it out a lot more than from the previous game. And yeah, it seems like it's going to be just another great thing that's going to differentiate this from Mario Kart. Now, all that great stuff being said, one of the things working against this game is that it's still a very niche concept and idea. Mario Kart is just a straightforward racing game with characters you recognize, and that's an easy sell. This game definitely has a higher skill ceiling, even though it's only one button and it seems like on the surface it's very simple to play. You can tell from the speed, from the action, it's got a very steep learning curve and only the best are going to be able to get the most out of it. And I reckon that's going to be one of the things that's definitely going to be working against it. And also, the Kirby characters are huge in Japan, not so much in the West, and I reckon that's also going to work against it as well. Another thing working against this game is unfortunately the price. Now, $70 for a no Nintendo franchise like Mario Kart or Zelda, even Donkey Kong, no problem. But I feel when it comes to Kirby experimental side games, woof, I reckon $70 for this game is going to be a tough sell. And to be honest, I reckon a lot of Nintendo Switch 2 owners are waiting for that serious, deep, single-player experience like Metroid Prime, Zelda Breath of the Wild, that they can sink their teeth into this holiday season. Because the precedence that the last Switch set was so great, it just feels like almost anything else would be a disappointment. And I reckon Kirby, even though it's a big name, it just needed to be one of the names from the big three, Pokemon, Mario, or Zelda, to really carry this holiday season. So even though, hey, I'm still kind of in the mood to check this out, I don't know how many casual Nintendo fans are going to be really excited to see this game. But anyway, let me know what you think about Kirby Air Riders. Are you hyped about it? Are you going to pick this up? If you're new here, like and subscribe. If you're not, you already know the drill. And yeah, holla at your boy. Sayonara.